Hey, good morning internet. Another lovely morning. So I'm getting a bit repetitive, aren't I? But yeah, it is. It's a lovely cracking day here. I think I chose the right week to be off. It's lovely, bit fresh this morning, but it's still before 9 o'clock. So anyway, so what am I going to get up to today? The final jobs on the 400 really. I haven't got it on eBay yet. I will be doing that later today, but I'm just going to, for my own peace of mind, nobody wants to try and, I always want to make sure, even though I haven't restored this bike, it's nice to make sure it's the best it can be as far as you're concerned. And so to that end, I'm just going to whip the fuel tank off, take the fuel tap out, clean off that gauze, just tip out, see how much, if any, fuel is left in there. As you saw yesterday, I was giving it a good swish around, couldn't even hear anything, and you can usually hear, something at the bottom of the tank, but nothing. So clean that gauze out, and then I've got a couple of gallons of fuel knocking about. I'm going to put all of that in and run it up, and I just want to be absolutely confident, or as much as I can be in my own mind, that the bike's running well. And I do honestly believe that it was just fuel, because you could see when I took it out, and I did those couple of laps of the village, and then went to Market Rate, so that's probably a mile, that I did twice around the village, and then another 5 or 6 miles, 5 miles to Market Drayton. Well, I hadn't put much fuel in it at all, really, so it's my own stupid fault, it's just, like I said on the video yesterday, it's a bit of a schoolboy error, really, so, but, I don't want to put anybody off, so let's get that done, and then we'll get it on eBay. I've also made the decision overnight that the track bike's going. I think it's a bit of an indulgence, really, for me to think that I'm ever going to get round to using it on the track. I'm not. I'd have to buy a trailer, I'd have to get a tow bar, I'd have to get, a tow bar fitted to one of the cars. I don't really want to put it on my car, and we're thinking about selling my wife's car, so it just seems a waste of money, and I'd have to buy myself a full set of race leathers as such, one-piece leathers, and going around this gut, it's going to cost a bit of a lot, isn't it, really, before anybody else says it. Anyway, so I think I'm just going to sell the track bike as spares. Anybody wants it, they can. I'm going to put it on eBay for a really low price and just gather some money together, so that, we've got the Z550 when it eventually comes back from the garage, and that wasn't a poke. It was just, it's obviously taking some time to get it done. So when it does come back from the garage, I want to crack on with that. But also, the blue one, I really, really like this bike. And if I can free up some money from this and that, we can crack on and get the restoration done on this one. Because I keep saying we're going to do it. I've got parts that we can use. I was going to swap the indicators and put the new indicators on. The original indicators. I went to the trouble of finding those like the standoff brackets for the indicators on the front from Holland, and I was thinking, I'll put them on. Well, should I just crack on and get the restoration done? At least something. So yeah, I want to get that done, really. Hello. Anyway, so so track bike's going to go on eBay. I think I might just start it off at £1 or something like that. I don't know how brave I'm going to be with that, and I haven't decided on a price on the 400, but it's got to be worth quite a, not quite a bit, but it's got to be worth a reasonable amount with 12 months ticket on it, and as long as I get it running right today, job's jobbed. So anyway, enough waffle, let's crack on. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I suspected the tank. There's a few little swilly bits coming out the bottom, but nothing much. But I just found this on the underside of the tank. I thought it was quite funny. Can you read that? It says, total rebuild by Spanners, March 2018. So there you go. That's a mystery for you. Now let's get that fuel cap out. Fuel tap out. So, do you think that's why it was struggling to pull fuel through? I think that probably is something to do with it, wouldn't you? Look at the crap on there. Oh dear. Oh, it's like, well, it's like it's turned to jelly or something. Right, let's give this a bit of a clean up and see what we can do there. Oh dearie dear. Well, as suspected, that was well nasty, as you saw. So I've just given it a really good clean out with, I've used carb cleaner, and you can see now all of the gauze, all of this sort of filter is nice and clean all the way along. And this was chocolate block. This was chock-a-block. So we'll give it a bit of a blowout. Get rid of as much of that carb cleaner. Right, okay, let's get it back in and put some petrol in, see what occurs. I think it'll be fine now though. Super, 2 ticks. So I think as well, just look at the colour of the fuel that's in there, right nasty. So yeah, I'm gonna just swap it, nice new little filter. So I'm absolutely sure it's fixed, but we're just going to give it a little road test, because it's now got loads of fuel in it. That filter has been changed, the inline filter, and the gauze mesh has been all cleaned out on the actual fuel tap pickup. So that was definitely what the problem was. As you can see this morning, it's running nicely, but you know, we'll just go and give it a whiz round the roads and just so we can prove the point. But I'm comfortable that it can go now. So yeah, let's all go. Come on. So there you have it. Schoolboy error yesterday. Not enough fuel in it, well, hardly any fuel in it, which was obviously my fault, and that fuel pickup off the back of the fuel tap was completely bunged up, as you could see on the video. So clean those out, replace the inline fuel filter, just giving it a little bit of a road test. Runs well, ticks over nicely. It was ticking over a little bit high when I got back from the road test, so I've just dropped that down on the adjuster a little bit. But as I'm sure you'll agree, bang on, nothing wrong with it that I can see. Very happy to sell it as it is now. So that's it for today. I'm going to go and spend some time on eBay now, putting my adverts together. But we got there in the end. So yeah, check out the eBay advert. If anybody's interested, have a bit of a bid. And as I say, the track bike, I'll be showing that on as well. So we'll get some money together so we can start on the 600R. And hopefully it won't be too long before the 550 comes back. So yeah, all good. I paid for my lack of checks yesterday and paid for it by having to push the bike up the hill. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with it that I'm aware of. And yeah, all good to go. So thanks very much for sticking with me. We got there in the end. This is probably the last video on this 400. So I hope you have enjoyed them. And let's see what happens when it goes on eBay. So thank you very much for sticking with me. And I'll catch up with you next time. Okay, thanks very much. Bye.